Love him or hate him, you gotta respect the man's resolve. Kirishima is just doing so much work in this season that I absolutely love it. Stay tuned.
The Yakuza members have overwhelming offensive and defensive powers, and Kirishima's spirit falters. Next time, Red Riot!
What is going on, guys? My name is DJ Miles. I'm here to review the latest episode of My Hero Academia. This is episode 72, titled Red Riot. And before we begin with this review, if you can go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel for more anime content down the road. And wow, I look very calm and relaxed in this review, but at the end of this episode, I was in tears. I actually had to decompress for a bit because it was too emotional for me. And there's a video that I'm making talking about top animes of the decade, and My Hero Academia was on that list. And some people like to poke fun at Naruto now, but Naruto, I don't know about you, but I have never been so emotionally of a hot mess watching that anime because it was a tearjerker. I would always get so emotional watching that show. My Hero Academia being quote-unquote titled the next Naruto comes with lots of good merit. This is an ensemble cast, and I care about not only about the protagonist, but I care for the well-being of everyone. And that a show like this can make all their ensemble side characters shine as much as Deku himself really says a lot. I mean, Kirishima, I don't know how, even if he isn't your favorite character, you have to respect this man's drive. His drive to persevere and become determined and through a life or death situation, it's really scary. Immediately, I was thinking about someone joining the police force and they can do all the training in the world, but then when you're in a life or death situation, are you gonna freeze or are you gonna throw yourself out there like a hero or like Kirishima's role model that he looked up to? Kirishima has this flashback when he's a kid about a hero he doesn't think, he just acts right away, right? And I like that callback to Deku and All Might because that's what I immediately thought about when he talked about someone just throwing themselves in the line of fire without any hesitation, which was Deku saving Bakugo way back when. Throw yourself without hesitation. And of course, it's funny when you can kind of use that application on two middle schoolers picking on a young kid, and that's just kind of the end of that. But then when you see a huge villain, easily 5 times her size, threatening 2 little girls what to do, yeah, you might freeze up. I mean, you're a middle schooler. It's one thing to believe in something and to kind of act nobly and just, but then when there's a situation where you tense up because things are frightening, what are you gonna do, right? So Kirishima may have failed as a middle schooler, but when he looked at that video of his role model, Crimson Riot, and Crimson Riot was interviewed, which I love the interview. I love the interview so much where that news reporter was telling Crimson Riot, don't you get scared in these life or death situations? And he's like, of course. If you aren't scared in a life or death situation, then there's something wrong with you. I mean, it's kind of stupid if you don't think about potentially dying in a situation that you're just freely throwing yourself for. But what's more upsetting is seeing the person's dying last breath that you could have saved and you didn't because you were scared yourself. That is a horrible feeling, but I have more regret seeing that expression. Wow, that hit me hard. I absolutely love that. I can see now this is why it's Kirishima's favorite role model he looks up to, or anyone's role model to look up to. Let's not be fooled. Yes, there's a reason why these life or death situations are fight or flight. Ashito shines, you know, being a little middle schooler. Maybe she isn't the strongest, but she's cute and bubbly. And now in this world of heroes, there's more criteria to fit the list of being a tough badass, right? And I think that's why I even like Kirishima even more, because his quirk ability, cool. He's just a dude who can be hard, and I guess that's great, but that's also like people in the WWE who just a big bulky guy, because you gotta be more than just a big bulky guy to kind of stand out in the industry. So I like how Kirishima worked so hard to get into UA, right? He worked so goddamn hard to get to the position that he's in, and I like why it's reinforced that he's in this battle with Fat Gum. Spear and Shield versus Spear and Shield against 2 of the other members of the Hassaikai Yakuza group. Rappa and Tengai were their names, and I really like this battle too. I mean, can we just actually talk about for a quick second their designs? I absolutely love their designs. There's no shortage on anime villains who are big and buff, But that guy's design, Rappa, looked absolutely cool. Tengai, although we didn't see much of him, he just created this force shield. It looked like he was a psychic. I kind of want to dive deep further into what their quirk abilities actually were or how they became enhanced with the drug. But again, I like seeing this contrasting battle. And Fat Gum too. Wow, did he have an opportunity to shine, to reinforce the Kirishima. It's not you being weaker than the other person that's going to make you fail. It's you losing the will to fight. I love how that was reinforced in this episode again. And I loved how it came back full circle and amplified for Kirishima to shine through. But Fat Gum's special quirk ability, I really like that. Who would have thought that all those punches can be absorbed into his body and then released out to deal one massive blow onto the opponent. But the way he was talking about it in the episode, it seemed like it was a life or death situation. So he's not really trying to do that all the time, only if he has to. And it looked like he almost did. Again, I like how Kirishima came in last second to save the day and really pulled through. And this episode was definitely his to shine, without a doubt. He continues to be one of my favorite characters. And I'm really excited to see if we have so much coverage and love for one of the side characters like him, where are we gonna go with these other characters? Real quickly, I also wanted to say I do like how the episode started off with Sun Eater thinking that he was gonna continue his journey after he faced off those 3 other Hassai members, right? Did anyone think for a second that he was gonna have enough will to fight to continue on and go with the good guys? I didn't think so, but I do like how the episode started off with him trying to think he was going to do something for him to pass out. Hey, you did good, Sun Eater. I love and appreciate the episode I got from you last week. But Kirishima just, wow, continues to blow me away. And, oh, we do learn that Overhaul took over the main Yakuza group with this one guy who was deathly ill that we saw a few episodes back. We know that he used to run the Yakuza group before he got sick. And actually, a lot of people love or respected him, which is why people are still in that organization, and the fear of Overhaul himself. So a lot of these people, again, as one of the villains was telling Bubble Girl, we aren't brainwashed. We're sane and we know what we're doing, but we're doing this out of the love that we had for our old former boss, not what Overhaul is doing. And the fact that he's working with these other villains is not very chivalrous at all. And we don't like this, but we don't really have a choice in the matter, although we are free of our own will to do this. So just something I wanted to note. But again, now I'm talking very nonchalantly, but believe me, at the end of this episode, I was a hot, emotional mess. But guys, let me know what were some of your favorite moments in this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'm going to be a little insulted if you're telling me you hate it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more My Hero Academia content down the road. My name is DJ Miles, and as I always say, to be continued, take care.